Good morning, Balaji. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the friends and masters. I am Vikal Gupta from Bangalore. As all of you know, this program is co-sponsored by IFSS and PSSM Global. Deep gratitude to both the organizations. Sorry. Deep gratitude to both the organization, and a warm welcome to all of you for joining all across the globe, different parts of the world, and the different timings for all of you via Zoom or YouTube. I welcome you to the day 25 of My Time Infinity session. So today we have a wonderful master for guiding us on the meditation. She is a meditator and meditation coach. She is a healer. Doesn't need much introduction. She has already been delivered the very first session on the same platform, day one, that is the science of observation. So I would like to welcome Rashmi from North Carolina, USA. Good morning, Rashmi.
Good morning, Mikal.
Thank you very much, Rashmi, for having you on us to guide on the meditation. Thank you very much. Appreciate deep gratitude to you. And before I hand over to Rashmi, again 2 cents from my side to all the participants and masters. Please drop all the expectation from the meditation. You are going to have the new experience because the every breath is new and fresh. So drop all expectation. Come with the open mind and open heart to enjoy the meditation and the new experiences. Thank you very much. And wherever is possible, please keep your camera on, which really motivate the masters and help them to guide you better. Thank you very much. Over to you, Rashmi.
Thank you, Mikal. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, good evening, everyone, from wherever you're joining. It's so good to see you all. Like, it is day 25, as Mikal said, and you have been joining the sessions every day, meditating with us, listening to the wisdom. It's been a wonderful journey. We are all enjoying it along with you. 21 days is what we need to build a habit. So you are all on 25, day 25. So meditation is a habit for you all. What you just need to do is let it happen. Don't stop it. Just let it happen every day. Continue the practice. So we have been talking about meditation every day in past 25, 24 days. And meditation is a state of non-doing. You're not deliberately doing anything in meditation. So just be there be a witness, be an observer to the grand happening. Just be there, just let it happen. So before we get into the meditation, my deepest gratitude to Patriji for enabling all of us in this inner journey. So deepest gratitude to him. So before we start, let's keep an intent for today's meditation. Let's allow whatever experience happens in the meditation, let's just allow it to happen, accept it, enjoy it, and be with it. Don't expect anything from the meditation, let it just happen. So you all know the procedure. Get into a very comfortable posture, a very relaxed, comfortable posture. If you're sitting on a floor, please cross your legs, or if you're on a chair or sofa or something, you can just cross your feet, clasp your fingers, and get into the most relaxed state. Just be aware of your surrounding, the room where you're sitting, the sounds you're hearing, the temperature of the room. Just be aware of your surrounding. And slowly and gently close your eyes. If you're wearing a specs, please remove the specs. We are doing Anapanasati meditation. That is the in-breath, the out-breath, and being aware of that breath. Our normal, natural breath. That's your body. The body is a big machine. There are a lot of things happening inside it. So give it a moment to rest and relax. You can scan your body from top of your head slowly to relax each muscles, each body part. From top of the head, slowly come down to your forehead, your face, your neck and shoulders. Relax, let go of any stress, any strain you're having there. Just let it go, let it relax. Chest, abdomen, back, and keep going down to the pelvic area, your thighs, your calf muscles, and finally, move all the stress through your feet out of your system. Awareness to your breath. Be a witness, be an observer of the breath. Our normal, natural breath. Observe the breath happening either at the nostrils or your chest or your belly area. Wherever you are able to observe the subtle movement of the breath, Just be a witness to that area. Breath is an example of non-doing state. It just keeps happening. We don't do anything for the breath to happen. In this meditation, we are just bringing our awareness to the same breath. Be aware of it and be a witness to the breath. Light music will start in the background. It is just to allow us to be in the same state. So friends, keep observing, witnessing your breath. Normal breath happen. Don't manipulate it. Don't control it. Let's be with the normal, natural breath. If thoughts come, let it happen. No need to fight with it. Just be aware of it and bring your awareness back to your breath. Book in all the energy when you're inhaling. Relax while you're exhaling. Every breath is a new happening. So be with the breath. Observing our breath allows us to be in this present moment. Enjoy being in the now, being in the present moment. Be a witness to your normal breath. Every breath is a new experience. It's a new happening. So, dear friends, allow that experience. Allow yourself to accept it, enjoy it. Be a silent witness to each and every breath. Keep observing your normal, natural breath. Be with it. Be a witness to it. Last 5 minutes, my dear friends. Observing your breath. Last 1 minute, my dear friends. Slowly come back. Bring your awareness back to your body. Gently unclasp your fingers and place them on your eyes. Slowly and gently, at your time and space, open your eyes. Thank you everyone for joining this meditation today. I hope you're all back. Before I hand over to Vikal, I would like to thank Sampath for bringing me into this world of meditation and enabling me to do whatever I'm doing right now. So thank you, Sampath. And over to you, Vikal.
Thanks, Dasmi. Wow, what a fantastic deep meditation today we have. Actually, indeed, we needed the deep meditation and empty our mind today to get engaged, for the fantastic topic today. So today we are at 25th day, and in past 24 days, we have been on this journey. So we started this journey from the very first day, a wisdom session by Rashmi that was on the science of observations, and till yesterday, the food as a meditation. So it has been a great journey for last 24 days. And during this journey of last 24 days, we came across several times on a very common word, that's mindfulness. Whether it is mindful eating or mindful thinking, mindful walking, and so on. So again, we are going to have a fantastic session today on the mindful parenting. So friends, if we look at our day-to-day life nowadays, the hottest topic among all the people, whether it is in the societies or in the office life, is the kids and the parenting. And there are a lot of buzzword nowadays. Now the kids are kind of a new generation. They are Gen Zs. You have to handle Gen Zs differently. They need different kind of parenting. Millennial was the generation, and so on and so forth. So ultimately, if we look at that, nowadays the parents are more stressed and under pressure than the kids for their performances. So to solve this all, complex puzzle, without ado, I would like to invite a wonderful speaker today, Sharoo Sahni. Hi, Sharoo. Good
Namaskar, sir.
morning.
Good
Namaskar.
morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning. And at the same time, I would like to invite Rashmi also to host this session along with me. Morning, Rashmi. Again, you're welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikal. I was on mute. And welcome, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much. Shukriya. Thank you.
So, friends, as all of you know, the topic and the subject for today is the mindful parenting, and we have Sharoo Sahni to enlighten us with this subject today. Wow, mindful parenting. So before that, I hand over to Sharuji. Let me just give a brief introduction about her. She is a angel emissary and angel therapist, past life regression facilitator, and karma board reader. She is animal and plants whisperers, oracle reader, spiritual counselor, and last but not the least, a newborn author for her book, The Awakening My Spiritual Journey. Last 12 years, She has been taking lots of meditation and wisdom session in India and abroad, in English and Hindi, on PSSM and PMC platform. She has been counseling the people to help them on their day-to-day life and the problems. She helped them transform their lives through simple words, tactics, clarity session, and definitely a big smile. She believes that the word angel speaks through her has brought tremendous changes in the universe, and she has been a God gifted, exceptional psychic abilities. So it's a long list, but I have to stop and welcome and hand over to Sharuji and Rashmiji. Over to you,
Thank
Shah.
you. Thank you so much, Shukriya, sir, and Shukriya,
Welcome.
ma'am, Shukriya, everybody. Shukriya to everyone who have given this opportunity to me to be a speaker on this esteemed platform. And thank you so very much to each and every person who is there listening to me and who have brought their energies here. Thank you so much. And I'm really thankful to my Guru Patriji, who was there always with me. And thank you so much for each and every person here. And thank you so much for the angels to always guide me and protect me. And thank you so much, everybody. So, you know, what happened, friends, when I was being approached by, for this topic, I just said that, no, I'm not going to talk about this topic because I mean, how can you squeeze this vast topic in just one capsule of 30 minutes or 40 minutes? Because if I start talking about parenting, I think I'll go on and on. And I feel that everybody agrees over here because most of us are parents over here who are listening to me and they have got so many things to discuss. This is happening, this is not happening, my child is doing this, my child is doing that. So I was like, no, I can't do that. How can I, give justice to this kind of a particular topic, which is so vast? Then, I meditated upon it. I talked to the angels and I asked them that what do I do? So they said, talk about your experience, talk about what you have learned. And that was the time when I said yes to Prithvi and I told her that, okay, so I'm going to take that as a yes, as a subject, and I'm going to discuss that, whatever I've learned. So today it's all about me. It's all about you. It's all about parenting. And it's all about not judging, not our kids, not us, or ourselves as a parent. So, but the first thing, we have been talking about mindful parenting, right? First thing, I'm just going to ask one question to each one of you, that are you an awakened parent before you are a mindful parent? Whoa, that was a curveball, wasn't it? We have been, I think, in this spiritual circle everywhere, we've been using this word as, mindful parent, awakening. There is so much of awakening happening, and yay, whoa, there's so much we are talking about, right? But have you ever understood this word? That fine, if we are talking about the awakening is happening and we are already awakened, because we are the meditators, we are on that pedestal. Are you an awakened parent? I don't know whether you are or not, because you are the one who is going to ask or give this reality check to yourself. So when I asked this question to myself, it was a big no. I wasn't. Yes, with lots of blessings and lots of wisdom that was being shared by Patriji, I did become an awakened parent, but initially I wasn't. It was only when I came into meditation, when I started listening to Patriji, his discourses, and I was in his company, that I understood who is an awakened parent and who is an awakened parent. Let me tell you that first, before we get into the mindful parenting. So an awakened parent basically is the one who does not believe in the traditional paradigm of parenting, where the children were considered to be inferior to the parents. Because for an awakened parent, the child and the parent, we are on the same footing. We are on the same platform. But usually what we do is we always think that, oh, our age, we are 50, we are 40, and, we have more wisdom. Oh, they don't have anything, right? But what exactly is the situation here we do not understand is that probably Sharoo has given birth to a star seed. Or Sharoo has given birth to a person who has read many scriptures, maybe. And that person has taken incarnation again. So what she doesn't know is that maybe the person she has given birth to is an old soul, isn't it? Can be. Isn't it possible? Today there are so many star seeds coming. So when we talk about Patriji always said one thing which actually got ingrained in my mind. What was that? Patriji always used to say that to an extent, to a particular age, you have to be, you have to be a guide, right? You have to do that. You have to nurture, you have a duty, you have a responsibility towards your child because the child has come through you. After that, the nurturing is there only, the love is there, the compassion is there with your child. You're not supposed to interfere into the life of your child once they become, once they cross the age of 12. You're not supposed to, because they become aware of their own choices, their own decisions. So that was something which actually I held on to. And I understood what is an awakened parent. So an awakened parent is aware that every relationship in the family that is there is basically, it is existing to help each other grow. So rather than finding, generally what we do is finding faults in the child and the child's behavior, the awakened parent tries to find what is the fault inside of them. Are they aware? Are they aware of their own consciousness? Are they aware of the consciousness of their child? They do not find faults in the behavior of their children. They try to introspect, they try to retrospect, and they try to change themselves rather than changing their child. Now you want to say that, okay, fine, we were talking about mindful parenting. Where is it? So, who is a mindful parent? Or what is a mindful parenting? So when we talk about mindful parenting, friends, mindful parenting is an effort. Now you're going to ask me, what effort? Which effort are we talking about? We are slogging our asses off every day with our children. Isn't that an effort enough? No, it's not enough. Because when we talk about mindful parenting, it's basically an effort to bring awareness, to bring attention to the conversation that we are having with the child. It is basically an effort where we are involving listening. It's an effort to reflect. It's an effort to respond in a way that is going to not only uplift us, but uplift the child. That is who a mindful parent is. And there are about, what I have realized in my life, there are 4 factors which are very important in a mindful parenting. 1, self-awareness. 2nd, self-regulation. 3rd, empathy. And 4th, active listening. These are very, very important 4 factors which actually create a mindful parenting. That is self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and active listening, which we seldom do. And where do we fall into? Friends, we fall into 3 categories of parenting. Consciously, unconsciously, we fall into that. Which are these categories? We become authoritarian parent. Whoa, what's an authoritative parent? Who is an authoritative parent? The one who puts a lot of rules and regulation on the child. one who wants their life to be so structured that they become completely strict with them. They want everything their way, everything their way. They don't want to listen to their child. Their rule is their rule. I agree, friends, that yeah, there are certain aspects in life where you have to put certain rules and regulations so that your child does not go astray, so that your child does not start walking on a path which is not right. Yeah, sometimes we have to put rules and regulations but when they become overly strict, that's the time there is an unbalanced approach towards parenting. It becomes very unbalanced when you're overly strict, when you are trying to dominate and manipulate your child to do what you want them to do, to be what you want them to be. So what sort of child are you rearing? If you are an authoritative parent, then the child who's going to become, when it starts becoming a young adult or adult, that child is always, the child will be either a rebel or that child will always have a problem of low self-esteem. Second category is the permissive parenting. Permissive parenting, what is it? Permissive parenting is very relaxed approach towards parenting, where the children are over pampered. Bhaiya, de do sab kuch. Give it to the child, whatever he is asking. Whatever the person is saying, okay, I want this right now, dad, I want this right now, mom, okay, I'm going to give this to my child. Why? Where is it coming from? Because probably Sharoo had an authoritative parent when she was a child, and now she doesn't want that her child should face the same problem. So we become very permissive. We become, okay, I don't want my child to suffer like that the way I did. No. I'm going to permit my child to do anything and everything. Now here, what is happening? What sort of a child are you nurturing here? What sort of sanskar are you giving to the child? Now here the child will have lack of discipline. The child will stop listening to you. The child will have relationship issues. No responsibility. The child is going to run away from responsibility, trust me. Because you have not given any responsibility to the child ever. The third, uninvolved parenting. It is an uninvolved parenting. When you are not at all involved in the child's life, because you're so socially engaged, you're so professionally busy that you don't want to come and check the life of your children. Now here, the children are left to mother themselves and father themselves. They become their own parents. They give their own advices to their own selves. They do not have any sense of safety. They do not know what safe means. They do not know what security means. They do not know what survival means. They do not know what love means, what compassion means. So now, what sort of child are you, rearing or nurturing here? The one who has a very low self-esteem, who has a lot of relationship issues later on in their adulthood, who is not even able to handle his own marriage because they have a very skewed view of well-being, period. Now, friends, I actually agree that love, care, compassion, definitely they are the major ingredients of any mindful parenting. But if you will think that if Sharoo has nurtured a firstborn who's very joyful, who's very, you can say, who's very motivated, self-motivated child, and now she's going to apply the same formula to the other child, the second born, then you are absolutely wrong. That formula is going to fail. It's going to just fail. Because you think that, okay, what you have done in the first child, you are going to apply it on the second child as well. No, because every child is unique. Every child has come with their own skill sets, and mostly every child has come with their own past life karmic issues. They are in a completely different shoes. You are different. Your child is different. And even if you have two children with you, both the children will not be same. They will be completely different. And one more thing. If you are going to your neighborhood and your neighbor's child is a quote unquote a good child, oh my God, I want my child to be like him or her. If you are going with that kind of, thinking in your mind, I'm sorry, it's just going to, go kaput. Nothing is going to work, trust me, because you're not going to put that formula into your child. And even if you do, it's not going to work because it's completely different. And then that good child wala formula will also get flopped. Yeah. Now, since I'm being a spiritual counselor for so many years, it's been 14 years, and I've been through the ages, I've been counseling many people. Today, I feel that the trends are changing, and it's very appalling to hear that parents come with one kind of question and one kind of a word to me, and they say, Sharoo, is it possible to mend my child? Quote unquote, mend my child. Are they some kind of a machine or something like that? I mean, what? That we need to mend? Am I the mechanic who's going to mend them? Are they like a car or something? Any possession of yours? A material possession? Guys, reality check. You want to mend your child? Mend the environment in which the child is being nurtured. Mend your attitude towards life. Mend your attitude towards your child in concern rather than, mending your child. Nowadays, there are so many problems that the parents are facing. I'm just going to list a few which I have, felt through these counseling sessions. One, discipline issue. Second, lack of respect. Third, self-centeredness. Fourth, hygiene issues, which are also there in many children. Fourth, sexual attraction. And there are many more issues. And there are few children who are going one step further of threatening their children, threatening their parents as well. Sometimes it happens that superficially they slash their wrists to prove something to their parents or to get something out of them. And it is at that time that parents become very confused. And they start saying, Kya kiya tha humne? What did we do to deserve such a child in our life? What were our past karmas that we are such honest parents. We gave everything to the child and the child has become like that. Hello? Reality check. At that time, you're not supposed to give up on your child. You're not supposed to give up on your situation, because that's what we do. Because we just say this, that what did we do? We do not deserve this. And then we just shove this off. We do not want to take out the solution for the problems that the child is facing or you are facing with the child. No, we just want to ignore that problem. Because for us, it is no longer an issue. It is something that the child is going to bear. Now, at that time, if we ask ourselves one question, Sharoo, are you over-controlling? Sharoo, are you over-protecting? Sharoo, are you over-expecting? Are you over-indulgent? Or are you over-indisciplined? Are these 5 or 6 parameters, do you fall into this? Do we ask this question? No, we don't. Because if we start asking this question to ourselves, we'll get the answer that what sort of parenting are we giving to the child, and why is the child behaving like that? So ask these 5 questions to your own self. Now, there are a few, mistakes or blunders that we consciously, unconsciously, we commit whenever we are doing this parenting. And I do not blame the parents, because, parenthood is not an easy task, trust me. I have been there, I've done that. I know it is not an easy task, especially for the single parents. We have not learned here, that how the parenthood is being done. Maybe we might be parents in so many incarnations, but that memory is not there. So we do not know. We have to inculcate that quality of being a parent, being a father, being a mother, taking the responsibility. So try to be a little gentle with yourself. I'm not trying to condone the parents, because I'm a parent myself of 2 grown-up kids. So what are basically the potential mistakes or the blunders that we commit whenever, as a parent? Number 1, we as parents, we strive to give everything on the platter to the child from the very beginning. De do sab kuch. Let's protect my child from every adversity of life. Just like Lord Buddha was being completely, protected by his own father, so that he could not see the adversities of life, so that he does not become what he was destined to become, the monk. So what his father did was that he, for 19 years, he just put him into the palace where only the pleasures of life were being given to him. And he just enjoyed those pleasures, because he didn't know anything called suffering or pain existed in the entire world. It was only when he came out of the comfort zone, got out of the palace, tried to see everything from his own eyes, that he got to know about the suffering and the pain that exists and the death exists. Now here we are doing the same thing as parents. We want to just shell them. Now, so there was this case, this person who had come, this lady. She was 34 years old, and she had been married for 2 years, and she wanted, and it was a love marriage, and she wanted a divorce. So when I asked her what the reason was, that why she wants this separation and this divorce from the husband was, she said that he keeps hopping the job. After 2-3 months, no matter for how, with how much difficulty he has got the job, he is going to hop the job. Why? Because he feels that it stresses him. I was like, what? Because that guy, he thinks that it stresses him out, so he cannot take that stress, so he just leaves the job. Now the wife says, I cannot live with this kind of a guy, because there are so many stresses which are there. He gets just one stress and he just leaves everything. And he goes to the parents, and he wants the parents to solve this entire situation. And when I talked to the parents about it, you know what happened? When I got to know about their past, not the past life, but this life, the past in this life, when I talked about that, about his childhood, I got to know that whenever he used to get stressed in the school, the parents used to say, just quit. It's okay. If you cannot hold this, or if you cannot handle this, that's fine. You don't have to, just go with it. Just quit this, forget about this. And he became a quitter in the adulthood. And who was having, or who was facing the brunt of it? The wife. Because she knew that she cannot, now plan a family as well. Because if the person is a quitter, he might quit being a parent as well at one point of time. So there are many cases like that whom I've handled, and I know that every child, every young adult, or every adult whosoever is here, who are having their inner child issues, you just had a session with Harika ji about inner child, a few days back. It is all coming from, not only from the past, but from the current life's past as well, from their parents. So it is very important, friends, that what sort of sanskar are we giving to the child? It is very important that when parents live a sanskar, it becomes a vibration for the kid, which the child is trying to absorb. So the parenting equation for the child is very straightforward. You want your child to be cheerful? Then try to be happy yourself. If you want your child to be honest, then try to practice sincerity. And if you want your child to be respectful, then be courteous with everyone. You have to show your child that you are living that sanskara, that you are giving it to him or her. You can't just say that do this and do that. Are you living up to that sanskar that you're trying to give or trying to inculcate into your child? Have you ever considered that? That are you living up to that sanskara? Generally, we don't. We just want to just pile it on and throw it on our children, because that's what we are seeing on the social media, and that's what we are seeing, around us, because we want to compare our child. Now, the second biggest mistake that we do is, and I get so many issues relating to that from especially the mothers, is there are times when the child comes to you with an embarrassing, quote unquote, embarrassing and awkward situation on a topic, and you try to either ignore it or you just say that to your friends, hey, I told you you were not in a good company. Get out of this company. I don't like this boy. I don't like this girl. Just get out of this. Oh my God, the child has listened to you. Yes. And the child might have come out of that company as well. But what is the truth? And what sort of an interpretation that child has got now? Do you know? Have you ever thought about it? Now, what the child is thinking here is, I should not share anything with my parents about my friends and about my life, because my parent is not going to understand me. I'm not going to share any awkward topic with my parents because they feel embarrassed. And result, they stop sharing anything. Now the parents come to me that why are they sitting inside the room? Why don't they come and share? You have to do that reality check yourself. Why don't they come and share? It might have made our life easier, trust me, if they do not, if we have shunned them, not to discuss any such topics which are shameful, quote unquote, embarrassing and awkward. It has made our life easier because now we do not have to answer any awkward question about the realities of life, right? So now you must be asking that what is the danger about this? Kya danger hai yaar isme? Picture this. Your child, your girl child, she's very much sexually attracted, mentally and emotionally attracted towards a guy. She wants to move forward into this relationship, but she doesn't know whether she's safe or not. She wants to ask you, but she's scared that if she asks you, then probably either you are going to dismiss this topic or you are going to tell her not to move forward. So she thinks that you're going to judge her. Because you do not understand that what will happen is she's not going to come and share anything with you, and she might end up doing certain things which might create tension in your life. Two things that might happen. One thing is she will go to her friends now, because they are the ones who are not going to judge her, isn't it? So she's going to go and talk to them, and those friends who are also like her, learning, experiencing from life, whatever wisdom they have, they will give it to her according to their experiences. And she ends up doing the same. Or she will turn to the internet for help. And what will internet do? Internet will bombard them with a lot of information which is going to further confuse them or put them into something which is not good for their lives. And then we will regret, oh God, why did we do that? Or why did we let that happen? See, friends, I'm not saying that you have to say yes to each and everything that your child is saying. I'm not saying that you have to say yes or permit them for everything that they are saying. No, you are not supposed to do that. What I'm trying to say is, guys, you have your own wisdom. We are very proud of our age. Oh, we are 49, 50, 51, 55, 60. We have so much of experience. Ye baal dhoop mein safed nahi hue hain types. Why don't you put that wisdom into that if you really want to be a mindful parent? Put that wisdom there. That's the least you can do. You can just hear them out. Trust me. Just hear them out once compassionately. Just get out of your comfort zone of your preconditioned mind that you are bringing from your life. Try to just, break that mold. Once you start listening to them without judging them, trust me, they will let you in their lives. They will share with you everything. You will be able to see their threats. You'll be able to see their temptations. You'll be able to see everything that is happening in their lives. They will come and share. You know what? The children are so vulnerable. They want to share everything with their parents. It's we who stop them from doing that because of our own attitude towards life or because of our own attitude towards them. If you will do this experiment where you try to listen to them, even if you do not agree to everything that they are saying, but if you're just compassionately listening to them, holding their hands, what will happen? If you'll do this experiment, they would come back to you sooner or later to ask you for the guidance, to share things with you, and to confess if they have done any mistake. Try to understand them first. When I deal with the suicide cases of the small children who are just 10 or 15 years old or 16 years old, it's so appalling, it's so painful. And when I connect with these souls, it's like, I sometimes I cry because of whatever they are going through or whatever they have gone through or what the matter was. It was just a trivial matter that led to this. Recently, one day back itself, I received a message. I talked to that person whose 15 years old child, a girl child, she committed suicide. Why? Because the mother slapped her. It is not just the slap I'm talking about, not the physical abuse I'm talking about. This is completely, it's deep. Maybe in these 15 years, she has seen so much. Maybe in these 15 years, she wanted to say so much to the parents, but the parents did not listen. There's so many examples that I can give you because I deal with these suicide cases of these little children. There's so much that goes here. You don't know in what world they are living. Trust me. There's so much of chaos in it. And at that time, if you just leave their hand, if you just give yourself not into their situation, you are going to face the brunt of it later on. Trust me on that. Because their world is absolutely different. There is so much of battle that they are fighting. And today's world where there's a cutthroat competition, the children are going through so much. It's just not just the parents. Parents, they are worried not because, their child is going through this. They are worried because they have a status. They have a status and they want to maintain that. Because they want that their child in the neighborhood should not be able to, probably give the impression to the neighborhood that, they are less than somebody. So stop comparing your child, stop comparing yourself from anybody with anybody. The third dangerous trait of parenting, which I have realized, is also when we keep pulling our children back to one simple logic, once upon a time. Because we have done it, and you have to do in the same way, because it is going to work. Because we did it when we were small children, we were small kids. If I'm saying so, as a parent, you have to do it because we did it. And it worked for us, so it's going to work for you. How? How is it going to work for them? Trust me. I mean, no, it's not going to work because things are changing. Things are evolving. You are evolving. Your soul is evolving. You're growing. Then how can you expect that the child is going to be stagnant? The child is evolving. The times are changing. If you will not do that, what will happen is, if you're totally ignoring the, personality of the child, you're going to create a child who will not have the ability to take any informed decision in life. Trust me. The outcome will be, the child will be very rebellious. One opportunity that child is going to get, the child is going to run away. What I'm trying to say is that, do protect your children from everything, from everybody. Try to protect them. Yes, I'm not saying don't protect them from things, but let them face the adversities of life. Talk to them, provide support to them, but let them face their homeworks, let them face their studies, let them face their adversities. Let them face, because if you will not let them face it, there will be a time when you guys will not be there with your child. And when that child is exposed to the life, the immunity is going to buckle up. They are going to shout. They're going to be surprised. They are going to be like, in shock that what are they seeing? Because they have never seen the life in such a, way, because you never let them see the life in such a manner. You protected them, you shelled them, you did not let them take their own decisions. Because it's the sterile environment in which you nurtured them. And the moment they are exposed to that world, they're going to run away. They're going to escape. They will not see the life as it is. Trust me. Now, everything that has worked for us, it's not going to work for them. Always keep that in mind, because of the generation, because of the time changing, evolving. Now you're going to ask me what to do if you want to, what to do if we want a healthy relationship with our adult children. What do we do? Number one, give them freedom to make their own choices. It's a humble request to each and every one of you. होगा ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा गिर जाएंगे. There will be a failure, yeah? Let them fail, no? That's okay. So there were so many parents who were coming to me during the 12th exams when the boards were starting, and they were saying that, what if she fails? I said, yeah, let them fail, no? What is wrong in that? 1 year will be wasted, right? That's fine. Why do you have to see that from that lens of a parent? Let the child understand the responsibility. Let the child make their own choice. And my child was growing. I at that time when he was in 10th, my firstborn. And I'm talking about so many years back, because now today, by the grace of angels, he's 24. So when he was in 10th standard, so husbands, usually the fathers, are very strict and rigid about the studies and everything. So there was a lot of gap that was coming between my sons and my husband. So at that time, there was a lot of issue that was happening, and, there were a lot of issues because it was 10th. And I didn't want to put any pressure on my firstborn, because he had gone through a lot in, when he was in my womb, and as I say, Garbh Sanskar. So at that time, there was so much of chaos at that time. So I didn't want to put a lot of pressure because I knew that he was very emotionally vulnerable. So the only thing that I said was that I'm not going to say anything even if you fail these exams. Till the time you are getting up again, understanding your responsibility, and giving that exam again. And I will not mind if you will fail again. But I want you to understand the responsibility that you have. You have come into this life, you have to learn, you have to unlearn, and you have to relearn. It's your choice at the end of the day, whether you want to be a vegetable vendor and sell the vegetables, or you want to do something, or you want to be, take designing as your passion, which you always have. Now it is up to you. You want to work on it, it's fine. If you don't want to work on it, I'm going to be your mother as always. I'm going to support you, through hell also. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be a rock support. That was the thing that pushed him. And that was the time when he really, really slogged his ass off. You have to make them take their own choices. Even if they are getting 50%, that's fine. Do not put so much of pressure. Next, if you're trying to give your opinions to them, first ask them, do you want my opinion? Don't bombard them with your opinions. The chalo ji de dete hain usko, let me. Because I am 49, 50 years of age, I have a lot of experience. I am going to throw my opinions onto that child. Why not? Because we know everything. Are bhaiya, the child also knows a lot of things. But do you know anything about the child's world? No, you don't. Trust me. So before you ask or give your opinion, ask your child, do you want my opinion, beta? If they say, yes, mama, I want your opinion, then sit with that child of yours and then understand, hear them out first, and then give your opinion about that. Don't bombard them. And stop telling them what's best for them. Hello? The definition of best for you is completely different from you. Had there been Patriji alive over here physically, he would have said the same thing. Who are you to decide what is best for them? And that's how you always talked. So traditions change, friends. Desires change. You know what happens at one point of time when our children are ready to fly, they want to go somewhere out, they want to study abroad, or they are getting married. It's the insecurity that just fills inside of us. And because of the insecurity, especially in mothers, they don't want that insecurity, that attachment to go. And because of that, they start becoming very controlling. They want to control their sons, they want to control their daughters, because, they just want that we did it, or we gave everything to you. Now it is your time to give us everything. Because, so there was this also another case that I'm talking about, where the parents said that, hey, I spent so much on the engineering of my child. I spent in lakhs. Now today, if he's earning in lakhs, isn't he supposed to give me half of his salary? I said, is it a barter system? Was it a barter system that when you were trying to take care of your child, you have this kind of a, feeling that, okay, today, if I'm putting this much of money in the bank, because that he becomes a bank at that time, right? The child. So tomorrow, when he's going to grow up, he's going to bring the salary, he's going to give half the salary to the parent, because now, byaz khana hai abhi uska. This is what we do, right? Barter system. Are we supposed to do that? Aren't we supposed to change this? Especially the mothers who expect so much after the marriage. No, my child used to do so much for me before the marriage, but after the marriage, he has forgotten everything. He has become his, probably the wife's slave. You guys need to understand, like you, he is also now married. He has priorities. He has priorities towards making his own family. You have to be a rock support, and you have to detach yourself a little bit. You have to put now your step a little back. You can't just keep interfering in their lives. He's a mature adult. You can't put shackles. So don't stop holding that thing in your head always, that, don't guilt trip them by saying that, hey, you used to do that with me before the marriage. Now you don't do that to me after the marriage. You have changed, beta. Arey bhaiya, there is no barter system here. It is just that you are the parents, your children have come through you. That's all, full stop. That's what Patriji said. They have come through you. That's all. You have your duties till this age, then stop interfering. Let them make their own choices. Let them be free, because they have come with their own set of wisdom and skill set. The next thing that you can do if you really want a healthy relationship with your adult child is help them meditate. Even if it's for 10 minutes, help them meditate, but do not force them. I have seen parents telling me, because of the outer and external influences, because we are in the spiritual circle, so they say that I keep telling my child to, sit with me for half an hour, 1 hour for the meditation, but they are not doing. I'm trying my level best. Arey bhai, why are you forcing your child to do that? There was a time when my second born, he he was a gifted child, but then later on, slowly and gradually, he refused that gift and he gave it back to God, and he did not, because he was very scared of that gift. So I asked Patriji about this, and I asked that he stopped meditating as well. So what do I do? So I said, let him not meditate. Why are you forcing him to meditate? That's okay. When the time comes, when he's awakened again, when that bell is going to ring again, he's going to come back to meditation, because at one point of time, each and every soul has to come back to their own real self. They have to meditate. They will, they'll have to connect. So don't force him to do anything. When the right time comes, they will. So do not force them to do anything. That sit with me for half an hour, 1 hour. Why aren't you doing that? Just because I'm a spiritual parent, I am going to make you sit. No, it is not mindful parenting. You're again coaxing that person. You're again forcing yourself onto that person. Then how different are you from a normal parent if you think that you are a mindful parent? No, I don't think so. You are any different from them. I don't think so. You are putting spirituality into practice at all if you're forcing your child. Next thing is give time and listen to them. I request each and every parent, because every now and then I just come across such cases which really stir me from inside, because just because the parents were not there for the child, they take that step of, the most extreme step that they should not be taking. And then later on, the parents have so much of guilt in them, that they should have listened to their child. They should have at least sat with their child. So friends, we basically become mindful when we shift our consciousness from the body consciousness or personality consciousness to soul consciousness. When we shift from 3 C's, that is criticism, comparison, and control, to 3 A's, that is acceptance, approval, and appreciation. That is what mindful parenting is. That is when you become awakened parent. So thank you so much. This is what my experience was, and this is what I wanted to share with everybody. I hope I made this point loud and clear, that mindful parenting does not come from the mind, it comes from the heart. And you just have to be a compassionate listener. So I hope this session was helpful to you, to all of you, and hope you enjoyed this session. Thank you so much for bringing your energies, and thank you so much, IFSS team, for giving me this opportunity to be here. Thank you so very much. Shukriya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. It was wonderful listening to you. You answered a lot of questions in my mind, but I have still a couple of questions to ask you. So, being a mindful parent or awakened parent, how do we define success to a child?
Success. Please do not define success to the child at all. Define failure first. You have to make them understand what failure is, and after that you can, tell them what success is. And do not keep telling them that, I have done that, you have to do this, that's how I succeeded. No, everybody has their own success story. Let them write their own success story, because the success comes from their own mind, their own thinking. The only thing that you can do or tell them how to be mindful or conscious of their choices. That's it, which will slowly and gradually help form that thought, which will lead them to a success, maybe, but a good life, I would say. Not the successful life, but a good life. And good life means success.
Yeah. So as parents, we always tend to define or design their future, right? Like I am a mother of a teenage son, and we always dream or design their future. So being mindful, and how can we not design it, let him take the path by himself, but what is our role in that? Like how do we protect him, or how do we guardrail him without going away from the path?
See, when my kids, they were growing, they were in the same boat where you are right, where your children are right now. So I just told them, because I knew their qualities. So one, I tried to enhance those qualities, and I always told them to focus on their qualities that they have rather than their weaknesses. Yes, I wanted them to work on their weaknesses, but I told them focus on your qualities. What is it that you want from life? What is it that you want from yourself? And how creative are you? What can you do in your life? And then I told them that make your own path, make a trajectory of your life, and then come back to me and I'm going to discuss. Then slowly and gradually from the 10th standard, it happened with both the kids. And they started making a plan, a particular plan that, okay, I'm going to do this, and this is how I'm going to go about it. I just told them that, okay, I'm not giving you anything on the platter. Just make or do a research of what you want to do, from where you want to do. And why do you want to do from it, from that particular institute? What is the reason? Purpose. What is the purpose? And then after that, make a trajectory. How do you want to achieve that? How much you want, how much effort you want to put into that? For how many hours do you want to study about that? I just left it on them. I just gave them very few headlines, and I just told them to work on it, and they worked on it. I gave them complete freedom. They told me, Mom, what if I do not succeed? I said, I'm here to, hold you at that time. Don't worry. I'm not concerned and bothered about the percentage here, because the numbers, they do not define your personality. So that's okay. You give your 200% and leave rest to the universe. And I always told them one thing, that, you will not get more than what you deserve and what your karma has prepared for you. Always remember that, because karmic, you can say the karmic expressions or impressions are always there in our life. So I made that very, 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 you can say, ingrained in them, that karma is always at work. Today, whatever consciously decisions, your choices you are doing or you're making, it is going to be for your future. But whatever you're going to get, it is because of the efforts that you have made here today, and because of what you did in your past lives, uska khamiaza bhugtan karna padega. So give your 200% in whatever you're doing, but don't get disappointed. Don't over expect that, oh my God, I am going to do this, I'm going to do that. And it's a request to the parents as well. Stop expecting. Don't over expect. Don't overdo things. And I assure you today, the children are very focused. They know what they have to do, what they have to, where they have to go. They know it. It's just that they want one single hand to hold them forever, just to tell them, hey, I am there. That's it. I am there. That's what you have to say. That's it. Nothing else. It's a magical mantra.
Yeah. Even when you're explaining, I was thinking we are just holding their hand so that they don't fall off the path,
Yes.
and just support them when they are going. So yeah, thank you for that. And one last question is, as I said, he's a teenager and he's in a stage where he's like going to go to college and go build his own life and future. So that separation, like we always have, you were talking about it in your, like when you were talking, that separation, like we always feel that they belong to us, we are attached to them. So how do we manage that separation, both for the parent and for the child? How do we handle it?
See, it's all about attachment. Again, I say that, when somebody is going away from us, we are not basically in that kind of a disappointment that the person is going. We are more scared for our lives that what will we do without that person? It's not about that person, it's about us. So even if, when the loved ones, when they leave us, when they say that, what will happen to me? You're always thinking that. You're not thinking what is going to happen to that soul, or, the soul has gone. So what we are scared about is what will happen to me, what will happen to us without them. Similarly, when the children go, it's like, will they remember us? Will my child, is my child going to give me a call every day? Trust me, initially it might happen that they're going to give you a call every day, but slowly and gradually it's going to decrease. It's going to be, probably twice a week, maybe, or thrice a week. That's all. When they start moving out from their, from your house, because they have their own world to cater to now. So at that time, you need to understand that, hey, this attachment has to be a little detached now. I have to let my child go. And it's very difficult at that time, especially as a mother, to let your child go. Yeah. And at that time, you will cry, you will howl, because you are missing your child, you're missing the laughter, you're missing the, the friendship that you have with your child. But at that time, you have to also make yourself realize, because you are a mindful parent, you are a spiritual person, you have to see that, you have to let your child go. Your child has to be free to create their own decisions, to make their own decisions in life. And when you start, coming from that place, that's the time when you stop crying. When you accept that it's okay, he came through me, but he's not bound to me. That's all. You have to keep reminding yourself. It's again the rewiring of brain. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, that is from a mother's perspective, right? So
Yes.
how about from the kids' perspective? Like how will they go about with that separation or attachment to us? They also have an attachment to the parents, right? So how do they handle it?
See, number one, you don't have to push your child that, okay, just because the other child is going to the hostel, you have to, push your child. First, prepare the child. First, see whether the child is ready for that separation or not. You can't just, push the child of yours. There will be a time when the child will be prepared on their own to fly out of their nests. So keep preparing the child, that and keep seeing what is it that the child wants from you, from the entire world. You have to also tell the child that you will no longer be there all the time. Yes, not physically, but emotionally, mentally, you are going to be there with the child, but not physically. You won't be there. So you have to make the child realize it. And once the child realizes from the beginning itself, they will be able to take informed decisions for their own lives. So the attachment will be, slowly, gradually, it will just slowly and gradually it will minimize.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. It was
Thank
wonderful talking to you and interacting with you.
Thank you
I
so
will
much.
hand it over to Vikal. Vikal, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Rashmi. And I was not able to stop this listening was continuing, and what a profound, wisdom listening today. And I 100% agree with Sharuji. Uh, it is an injustice with, such a vast topic to cover in 40-45 minutes. But at the same time, I definitely appreciate the way you have encapsulated your entire experience in just 40-45 minutes and given a complete gist of that experience to all of us. So thank you very much for that and deep gratitude to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you
So
so much.
now it's time for opening for Q&A. So let the question comes in. But before that, I have one question, Saruji. You very well explained that the mindful parenting is the awareness and the regulation and empathy, and the most important part is listening. What I understand is we, as a parent, or we know everything, we act like that. So we always listen to our child as to react to them. And I think that has to transform from react to respond and then get into the active listening. And rather than responding, you listen to understand them. That is how the journey has to be. So I would request if you can enlighten us how we can transform from the reactive listening towards the active listening to the listen to understand and then guide them.
See, active listening is again the same thing. The compassionate listening or the active listening is the same. When we talk about active listening, it's practically basically, the practice of hearing your child, listening to your child by taking in whatever they are saying, verbally or non-verbally, even if regardless of the fact whether you are agreeing to it or not, but you just have to listen to them. Patiently, you have to listen to them. You have to hear them out. You do not have to judge them. That's how, from the active listener, you also become a compassionate listener when you're putting compassion into it, when you're listening, when you're not judging them. That's what it is. So you just have to sit, you have to hold their hand, you have to tell them that, hey, it's okay. You don't have to be scared of anything. I am there with you. You have to make that child understand that you're going to be there in every thick and thin of their life. You just have to hold their hand. This one physical gesture is going to make them feel that, yes, my parent has my back. Okay, so recently what happened was one of my relatives, very close one, his daughter was being molested in the school. And when he was discussing the case with me, he was discussing it with me, and he was very scared. The father, as a father, he was very scared what to do, what not to do, because he was scared of the repercussions that if he goes to the police or the school authorities, that probably there will be some issues. They might face some issues, or maybe that person will come with a vengeful reaction towards whatever they have done. But at that time, one thing was very sure of it, which I told them, was that today, if you're going to give that support to your girl child, she's going to remember that forever in life, that the parents had her back when she was going through so much. But if you will not lodge a complaint, if you will not do right now, it will be etched on her heart that the parents were not there when she needed them the most, when she was being molested. And then they took that decision. And when they took that decision, and the child today is so happy. And that day she had that courage and strength to voice out everything in front of that principal of theirs, in front of that coach. She mustered that courage that if my parents are with me, I can speak up. And that's what it is required. That's what it is needed.
Thanks a lot, Sharuji.
Thank you.
We have a couple of questions. We have time to take few questions.
Yes.
Yeah, so I have, one question coming from Mr. MK. I earned hard and spent 40 lakh to the medical seat for their better future. Should accept even if they fail or take it for granted. And in continuation, he has added further how to guide teens when they are addicted to substances.
Oh, they are addicted to substances. Okay. So addiction becomes a habit because of certain reasons. Again, addiction is something I cannot just, cover it here in just few minutes or few seconds, because addiction has one, the past life influence, plus in this incarnation, if you have any past life influences of that, or your child has any past life influence, it also depends on that. So you really have to check that, how his life or her life has been throughout, and how you were with the child. Where was there any kind of empathy or active listening? Were you giving that much of time to your child, because of which the addiction happened? So addiction just happens because, they need a relaxation, which they are not getting anywhere else. And they just try to seek for that relaxation either through smoking, or through alcohol, or through vaping, or through weed, and all these substances which they try to, get. Because each and every substance that I'm talking about here has a certain property which gives you a kind of a relaxation to the body. And when the body gets accustomed to it, they would try to fall into the same trap of going back to it, because the mind has given them that command that, hey, I feel fine when I take this kind of substance. I'm getting this relaxation from this particular thing because I'm not getting it at home. And they want to run away. As I said, the children have the tendency to run away and escape from their situations, from their challenges, because we have inculcated them when they were young. They have seen it within us. That's why I'm saying that if you want to put one sanskar in your child, just see first that whether you are practicing that sanskar in yourself. Because the children are like sponge. They absorb everything, each and every vibration. So it is not coming from 2 or 3 years. So you have to see how his childhood has been.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Sharuji, we missed the first part of the question. He has put in 40 lakh rupees for the seat. And even if they fail, so he should accept it or let it take it granted.
If he fails, the child fails.
Yeah.
Yes, it's okay. I mean, fine. It's a gamble. Right? It's fine. If you have put that, it's okay. I mean, if he fails or she fails, then you have to make that the child of yours understand. As I always say that, you have to, when the child grows up, when the child is at the same pedestal as you are, I'm not talking about the age otherwise, when he or she is 16, 17, 18, you just have to tell them about your financial status, a little bit of financial status of yours, that, hey, this is the hard-earned money, because this is how they are going to learn to respect or value the money that you're putting in. That's why I said that, from the very beginning itself, don't give everything to the child. Lelo, lelo, lelo. No, don't do that. So what I used to do when, my children were growing up, I used to always say, they used to say that, Mama, my friend has this, can I also have this? I used to say that, yes, if you deserve it, if you think you can, then earn it. And how I told them to earn it was to work towards their goal. And then whenever they used to achieve that goal, I used to give them as a gift, whatever they used to ask. So they had to earn it. And today, my children, they know the value of each and every hard-earned money that their father is, bringing. They know the value of the money, and that's why they are able to value their own money. So I never gave them anything on the platter. I say that work for it. If you want this, PS2 or PS1, whatever it is, if you want this, or you want any game or something like that, then work for it, earn it. You want a bicycle, earn it yourself. I'm not going to give it to you on the platter. So this is how you have to do. You have to make the child understand certain things. You can't just say that, okay, I'm sitting here just because I can afford it. I will give it to you. I will give lakhs of money and you will not, even if you will not make any efforts, it's fine. You have to make them understand, make the effort. Just see to it that they are making the efforts, but don't just keep, completely getting, you're dominating them or telling them, hey, study, study, study because I'm putting so much of money in me. Don't do that. Don't make them realize that. Make them realize that it's a hard-earned money that you're putting in and they have to make efforts. And even if they fail, that's fine. It's okay. It's okay. Otherwise, it will just get into their heads that, oh my God, I'm responsible for that failure. I'm responsible for that failure. And if that comes into them, they'll fail everywhere because that failure consciousness will come into them. So just let them be free. And if you have put in 40 lakhs, that means it was your karma at that time and you have put in it. Okay. So yeah.
Thanks. Thanks. I share my experience. It resonates with me, and I am testimony to that, guys. If we really, make them feel, understand the value of money, I'm sure you all will feel they are not going to waste anything the moment they understand. So one more question, coming from Mr. Rajiv Kumar. This is a very interesting question for the people like me and you, whose kids have grown up. And so the question is the rule of being a good parent applied to being a good grandparents also?
Yes. Why not? Why not see? Uh, I have realized that the children are more attached to their grandparents than their parents. Yeah, but the grandparents also have to create certain boundaries, which is very important, which sometimes the grandparents also fail to realize. Boundaries, as in, that they have to see that they are well respected by the kids and they do not overdo anything as a grandparent, because they become very touchy and feely at one point of time because they are grandparents. They feel that, okay, I have complete I should have complete authority over the kids, just because I have nurtured my child, so now my grandchildren also is in my custody and I'm going to do everything from that for that child. So no, don't overdo. The parents, let the parents handle. You should only be there to give love, the support, the compassion, the understanding. Just tell them a lot of stories that you have in your kitty because you have got a lot of experience. That's all. But yes, mindful grandparenthood is also very important.
Thanks.
Very, very important.
Thanks a lot. So we'll take last question, and
Yes.
this question is from Harshita ji. She says, my son is 8 years old. He is really talented, but I see that he is not interested to do anything, including all daily chores. He lacks motivation to do the things. He is happy child all by himself, but doesn't do anything. But I want him to start being disciplined at least in the daily chorus. And am I over expecting? If I want to imbibe, then how do I motivate him? I am mindful that I am not critical, but I do lose patience when I see him doesn't even bother about instruction.
Hmm. So number one, Harshita ji, you just have to see one thing which is very important is that what is it that he was interested in, or what is it that he is interested in? First, try to gather that. And it can be gathered, or this information will flow to you when you will sit with him and ask him. Or how was first you have to also see and retrospect that how your relationship with your child has been. Was he very secretive about himself? Or were you able to give or hold his hand when he wanted to? Or is he becoming rebellious? Because the hormones also play a very major and vital role when the children become the teenagers. So they become rebels at that time. They want everything to be the way they want to be, because it's just for them, it's like my way or highway kind of a thing. So now it depends. Again, it's whatever you have asked me. So it really needs a lot of retrospection and introspection, that how your relationship with your child, has been for so many years. Why has he become like that? What changed? Why is the change coming apart from the hormones? Why is the change coming? And then you have to see that what is it that he's interested in? Is there somebody else who is trying to say that please do not pursue this interest or hobby of yours? Try to observe your child than to lose patience. Don't lose patience. Yes, patience is lot of patience is required with the child or the children, but try to observe things and then work on it. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Sharuji. And I think this is such a wide and great topic, and the subject we can't stop it. We can keep talking entire day, and it will not
Yes.
conclude. But in the interest of time, we have to.
Yes.
So, but before that, if we will not listen to the research bite from Sunil, which we used to daily, so this session will not be kind of counted as completed. So I would like to invite Mr. Sunil for sharing the research bite for the day. Sunil.
Thank you, Vikalji. Thank you, Sharuji. That was so wonderful to hear, and that was thank you so much for gracing your presence on this platform. Well, what we do is, for every topic, we try to bring a research bite, what researchers have done in this stream, or at least closer to this topic. So we try to share that from the research perspective, because we're all human beings who, there's a logical side of us who will always question why, what. So we bring the science element, the scientific temperament to whatever we are trying to discuss. So I'll quickly take you through one research which was done, something closer to parenting. The title is Parenting After a History of Childhood Maltreatment, a scoping review and map of evidence in the perinatal period. So childhood maltreatment, as Sharoo has already explained in detail, unfortunately actually affects a large number of children globally, leading to a long-lasting physical, social, and emotional challenges. When these children grow up and become parents, their past trauma can resurface, making it even more difficult for them to take care of their own children. So, however, the period from the pregnancy to 2 years after birth, that's what the perinatal period is. This can also be a time of healing and breaking these cycles of trauma. So these researchers have used various theories, models, and tools. They use theories to understand the impact of past abuse on new parents. These include attachment theory, which looks at how early relationships shapes us typically, resilience theory, and which focus on ability to recover from trauma. They also used several tools to assess the history and impact of childhood maltreatment in the parents. Now, these tools help in understanding the extent of trauma and planning appropriate support. So the various risk factors, what they found was these parents include poverty, young age mental health issues like depression, substance abuse. Protective factors are something like strong social support, positive relationships, access to therapies, financial stabilities. So what they found was the parental experiences. Many parents with history of maltreatment struggle with feeling of guilt, shame, and distrust. They often find it very hard to ask for help because of this stigma or fear of child protection services. Now, despite these challenges, many parents are actually determined to break these cycles of trauma and move on in their life. They find strength in understanding their trauma, seeking social support, practicing self-care, and helping others, and so on. Now, by the way, this research was done in 2019 by a group of researchers from different universities in Australia. They actually, from intervention point of view, there were no specific programs designed just for these kind of parents. However, existing parenting programs that includes elements of addressing past trauma has definitely shown a lot of positive effects. Various other interventions like home visits by nurses, cognitive behavioral therapy, interpersonal therapy, meditation, counseling, all of these significantly can improve parents' well-being. So in nutshell, to conclude, this research highlights the need for more tailored support for parents who have experienced childhood maltreatment. It's very crucial to develop strategies that are informed by these findings, involve the affected communities in the design process also, and consider cultural and socio-economic factors. So with the right support, the perinatal period can be a powerful time for healing and breaking the cycle of trauma. So, as I said, this research was done during 2019. These subjects, like we discussed today, and inner child, they are not anything new. But off late, from last few years, there's a lot of emphasis on these subjects, and people are taking help, and they have found themselves being, recovering from these issues, and they are becoming more and more better and conscious parents. So, just trying to add this research element that this is indeed a burning issue, and this is something very, very crucial. And noble souls like Sharoo has been in this path and doing wonders across the society. Thank you so much. This is a short research which I want to share today. Over to you, Vikalji.
Thank you very much, Sunilji. Wonderful, fantastic. So now it's time to say bye-bye to this session, and thank all the participants and masters who have joined from all across the globe. Thank you very much for joining. At the same time, it's worthwhile to mention this program is co-sponsored and co-organized by IFSS and PSSM. Thank to them and deepest gratitude. We will see you again tomorrow at 5:45 a.m. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Shukriya.